Hello, it's me, Oscar from Marijuana Garden.
Christopher Nolan is renowned for his distinctive storytelling and innovative filmmaking techniques. Below is a list of some of the key script, screenplay, and filmmaking techniques he frequently employs. Non-linear narrative structure. Nolan often uses fragmented timelines to tell stories out of chronological order, creating suspense and requiring active engagement from the audience. Examples include Memento with its reverse chronology, Inception with its nested timelines, and Dunkirk with its 3 interwoven timelines. Complex themes and concepts. Nolan's scripts often explore high-concept ideas such as time, memory, identity, and existentialism. Examples include Inception, which delves into dreams within dreams, Interstellar, which explores time dilation and relativity, and Tenet, which examines time inversion. Ambiguous endings. Nolan frequently leaves his endings open to interpretation, encouraging viewers to think critically about the story. Examples include Inception with its spinning top, The Prestige with its cloning mystery, and Memento with its unreliable narrator. Despite the high-concept plots, Nolan's films often focus on deeply personal journeys and emotional arcs. Take Interstellar, for example, where the father-daughter relationship is at the core of the story. Or the Dark Knight trilogy, which delves into Bruce Wayne's internal struggle. Nolan avoids over-explaining complex concepts, trusting the audience to piece together the story. A great example of this is Tenet, where the mechanics of time inversion are shown rather than overly explained. Now let's dive into some of the innovative filmmaking techniques that Nolan employs to bring his unique vision to life. Practical effects, Nolan prefers them over CGI whenever possible. This choice really creates a sense of realism and immersion. Think about it, in The Dark Knight, that real flipping truck scene, or the rotating hallway in Inception, and even the use of real planes and ships in Dunkirk. Large format film cameras. Now here's something Nolan is truly passionate about. He's a strong advocate for shooting on film, especially IMAX and 70mm, to achieve those high-resolution and immersive visuals. Just look at The Dark Knight, Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Oppenheimer. In-camera effects? Well, Nolan often prefers to achieve visual effects this way, rather than relying on post-production. For example, the rotating hallway in Inception, or the black hole visuals in Interstellar, which were based on scientific equations. It's really quite impressive. Immersive sound design. Nolan uses sound as a narrative tool, often blending dialogue, music, and ambient noise to create tension and atmosphere. For instance, in Dunkirk, the ticking clock sound builds a relentless sense of urgency. And in Tenet, the use of inverted audio adds to the disorienting experience. Handheld and dynamic camera work. Nolan employs handheld cameras and dynamic shots to create a sense of urgency and realism. You can see this technique vividly in Dunkirk's intense war scenes and The Dark Knight's gripping action sequences. Cross-cutting and parallel editing. Nolan frequently uses cross-cutting to build tension by showing multiple events happening simultaneously. In Inception, he masterfully navigates multiple dream layers. Similarly, Dunkirk's narrative is driven by the intersecting timelines of land, sea, and air. Nolan avoids green screens, opting for real locations and sets to enhance authenticity. For instance, in Interstellar, real cornfields were used, and in The Dark Knight, actual cityscapes were filmed. Nolan often works with composer Hans Zimmer to create iconic, emotionally resonant scores that drive the narrative. Think about Inception with its famous Bram sound, or Interstellar with its organ-based score. Nolan collaborates with scientists and experts to ensure his films are grounded in real science, even when exploring speculative concepts. Take Interstellar, for example, which delves into black hole physics, or Oppenheimer, which focuses on nuclear physics. Christopher Nolan strategically uses silence to heighten tension and emotional impact. For instance, in Dunkirk, the quiet moments before explosions create a palpable sense of dread. And in Interstellar, the silence of space underscores the vast, isolating emptiness. It's truly a masterful technique. Nolan often employs recurring visual symbols to reinforce his themes. Spirals, circles, and mirrors are some of his favorites. In Inception, the spinning top serves as a reminder of the blurred line between dreams and reality. And in The Prestige, mirrors and doubles highlight the duality and deception at the heart of the story. These motifs, add layers of meaning to his films. Nolan's use of long takes is another hallmark of his filmmaking. These extended scenes build tension and immerse the audience in the moment. Take the opening bank heist in The Dark Knight, for example, or the extended aerial dogfights in Dunkirk. These sequences really draw you in and keep you on the edge of your seat. Focus on practical stunts. Nolan prioritizes real stunts over CGI, creating visceral and believable action sequences. Examples include the Dark Knight trilogy with Batman's fights and chases, and Tenet with its real car crashes. Use of color and lighting. Nolan employs deliberate color palettes and lighting to convey mood and themes. For instance, The Dark Knight uses dark, gritty tones, while Oppenheimer utilizes black and white sequences to differentiate between subjective and objective reality. Breaking conventional genre boundaries. Nolan blends genres to create unique cinematic experiences, such as combining sci-fi with heist in Inception, or war with survival in Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan's techniques emphasize storytelling, realism, and audience engagement, making his films both intellectually stimulating and visually spectacular. His commitment to practical filmmaking and innovative narrative structures has cemented his reputation as one of the most influential directors of modern cinema.